Good morning, or sorry, good evening. I haven't done a Tai Chi class with you guys in a long time live here on the internet. So I'm excited to give this a try. Let me work on my angle just a little bit so you can see my feet. See if it'll stay like that. That's the tricky thing. Okay. All right, so tonight's class is on balance. Thank you for joining me. We're going to do 12 movements tonight. All of them are focused on 3 specific goals that have to do with balance. Our first goal is going to be all about strengthening our center. Our center is the midpoint where all of our movement comes from. We begin moving right here at the axis of our wheel. This is where our power comes from when we strike and kick. This is where our wisdom sits that helps us move with action and balance throughout our lives. So being centered is very important. Those are our first few movements. And our next movements are going to be about lengthening the spine. Having a long, flexible spine is going to allow us to move without tension that pulls us off of balance. And it allows the energy that we cultivated on our center to flow freely through the rest of our body. And lastly, we're going to develop deeper roots. This is just simply a way of saying we're developing better awareness of our feet pressing into the earth and all of the stabilizing muscles in our legs and knees. And we're just going to get stronger and more stable in our base. And this is going to help us have more power and control through all of our movements throughout our lives. So those are our 3 goals: center, spine, and root. All right. Let's also begin with a little bit of a spiritual quote I picked out for you guys by Wu. I like that because as we are becoming physically balanced, we're also trying to achieve some mental balance, which means not being so pushed and pulled by all of the things in our life. And that's going to bring us a lot of serenity and peace and help this season be the best season of our life. All right, let's begin our movements now. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, relaxing sigh. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. Good. Harmonizing breaths. Not one of our movements in particular, but just a practice that we always include in every class, as well as swaying tree. Unwind your spine. Relax every joint. Bring some awareness to the soles of your feet pressing into the earth, and your ankles swaying softly above them. Feel your knees relaxing. Big sigh. Let all the big muscles in your legs relax. Get some movement in your hip joints. And through each vertebrae in your spine. Just unwind. Your sway is going to get a little bigger, a little quicker. Energy is starting to move more freely now. Let your arms soften and wrap around you, kind of like a hug. If you want your neck to stretch, keep your head pretty still. Your body moves under it. Good. All right, let's slow that sway down. Just a gentle breeze through the trees, nice and soft. Just kind of ease it up. Come back to center. Harmonize. That's just how we bring our body into class, bring our focus into this moment. Now we're going to start with these centering movements. This first one is from the Northern Star Qigong set from the Shaolin temples. It's called Accumulating Treasures to Fill the Vase. Treasures being our qi, our energy, vase being our center. We're going to start by kind of rubbing the hands. You can even kind of stomp the feet a little bit. Generate some heat, some friction, some qi in your hands. Get some blood flow to your arms and hands. Deep breath. Good energy. All right, good job. All right, once you've got that energy going, I want you to place them on your center. We're going to work the heat from our hands, from our hip bones, up to our rib bones. As we inhale, we push up. Exhale, relax, kind of push down. Inhale, draw the belly button in. Exhale, relax the belly back out. Good. You don't have to press hard. You're just kind of gently bringing some awareness to these muscles, getting some muscle control. Breathing in. Breathing out. Generating blood flow to our core. Okay, let's do 3 more. Good. Feel the belly muscles moving. Oh, 1 more for good measure. Okay, shake it off. That's accumulating treasures to fill the vase. Very good work. All right. Next up is going to be from that same Shaolin Temple set, the Northern Star Qigong, but a bit of an extended version. Stable stance at water's edge. Bigger stance. Thumbs inside of your fists. This is not for punching. This is for qi control. You're going to put your hands right here on your center. And same thing as we breathe in, we're going to puff up our chest, pull the belly button in. Breathe out, drop the feet. Good. And drop. Breathe in. And drop. Just like that. Press the knuckles a little more firmly than we were our palms earlier. A little deeper, you can warm up those legs. All of these movements are to your ability level. Slow it down just a little. So your stance can be as deep and wide as you can make it. And if you don't want it to be so deep and wide, that's perfectly fine. Always practice with compassion. Do what works for your body. Breathing in and out. 2 more. One more. Okay, shake it out. Swaying tree. So those are 2 wonderful moves to get some good power muscle control in your core. We got 2 more of those same core moves. Harmonize. We have a move called liver from the 5 organ set. And then we have a move called energy arms from the centering set. So liver, we're going to hold the ball, breathing in, puff your belly out this time. Breathe out, bottom fist comes back to your hip as you do a little squat. Breathe in, puff your belly out, roll the ball over. Breathe out, squeeze the belly. Breathe in, fill the belly, roll the ball. Breathe out, squeeze the belly. Good. Breathe in, fill the belly. Breathe out, squeeze. That's all it is. Good. Keep your thoughts here in this moment. Good. One more on each arm. Organize. Shake it off. That move is called liver, and it's from the 5-organ set, generating energy and blood flow to the muscles around our organs. Particularly, that one is the liver. Good muscle control in your core again. Energy arms is just like liver, except I'm going to do it with a little stronger, wider stance. And I'm going to twist into that hand strike a little bit. So my core is not just compressing as I exhale, it's also twisting. So let's try it together. Breathe in. Breathe out, squeeze the belly, pull the bottom hand back, and twist. Good. Breathe in, roll. Breathe out, twist. Good. Breathe in, roll the ball. Breathe out, squeeze the belly, and twist the belly. Good. Thank you guys for joining me here tonight in my home. I have a lot of pets, a lot going on in my house. So if you see any cute little animals in the background, it's just my pets. They always seem to enjoy the good energy. Energy arms. Direct that energy that you're building in your core out into your long, powerful limbs. Find a natural ebb and flow to your breath. All right, one more on each side. Good. Way to work and wring out your core. So we developed a stronger core with those 4 movements. We did accumulating treasures in the vase, stable stance at water's edge, liver, a little closer, the liver, and then energy arms. Good. So those are our 4 core movements. We're going to move into our spine movements. Let me pull up the sky. All right, let's do it. So we already did some good swaying tree. We're going to do this with some variation to really feel the changes and shifts in our feet as we move, okay? Bring your feet close together. Just start with our normal sway. Soles of the feet kind of rocking a little bit in the earth. Deep breath. Bring your mind into your feet. Feel them moving. All right, now start to really feel your spine unwind. Feel how everything's connected, right? As your feet and legs relax, it lets your spine relax as well. Our whole body is strung together with our tendons and ligaments, and it's all kind of bound up by our fascia as well. So these kind of movements help keep all of that pliable so that everything moves freely. So feel your spine moving freely. All right, we're going to shift a little bit. I'm turning in to my turn. So this lets my heel come up behind me. So my weight goes with the swing. Good. See how the shoulder gets a little more movement with that? Getting some good flexibility in my shoulders. So see how our heels are connected to our hips, are connected to our shoulders. A little bit of movement in the heel opens up the hip, which gets us a nice big swing in the shoulders. Good flexibility. So this weight shift from right to left, we're doing it kind of vigorously right now, is going to help you throughout your day to stay more balanced as you're shifting weight, doing different things, help you be less likely to fall. Just go ahead and slow it down. Really notice your weight sliding to your right, sliding to your left. Stay in control of that. Good. You feel the weight shift? Nice. All right, let's kind of bring it back to center. Find stillness. Good. Settle in. Good. Do you feel that your right and left foot are just plugged perfectly evenly into the ground? Not favoring one side over the other. Just really 50-50 right there. Okay, now as we shift, we're going to shift our weight away from the turn. So I'm going to turn this direction, but I'm going to shift my weight back. This lets my heel come up. Okay? We're still getting a pretty big swing through the shoulders. Good. See how I'm sinking back, letting my toe come up. Good. Remaining in control of the shift the whole time. Good. Getting so much movement through our spine, but we're also strengthening a lot of stabilizing muscles in our legs and hips, even in our feet. Good. All right, let's slow it down. Feel nice and controlled. Doing so good. These simple movements are unlocking a lot of strength and power for you. Good. Kind of come back. Find that stillness, that perfect balance point. Grab water whenever you want it. If you're not watching this live, I am pausable, so just pause me. Okay, so that's a little extra focus on swaying tree. Next is swimming dragon, like a Chinese dragon, very flexible and fluid. That's the kind of movement we're going to mimic today. Feet touching, hands touching. The movement begins in our hands, and let everything else yield to that nice ripple through our hands. Feel the shoulders soften. Good. Start to swim a little lower. Dip a little deeper into the water. Good. Feel more vertebrae relaxing. Good. A little deeper. Keep it slow. There's no hurry in Tai Chi. Deep breaths. A little deeper still. Invite both sides to open up. There's always a side that you swim toward a little more naturally. Try to make friends with the other side too. Kind of let those muscles release and allow you to stretch just as far to the tight side. Good. A little deeper still. Get to your deepest level. Take a couple deep breaths there. All right, let's gradually start coming back up. Swimming dragon. Swimming dragon teaches us that softness allows us to explore new depths and to reach new heights. That we can relax through layers of tension as we're growing and changing and remaining adaptable. All right, now we're doing some really kind of delicious figure eights for our shoulders. If you've got some shoulder issues, this might be a little tricky. Keep the swim farther away from your body and it'll put less pressure on the joint. Start to bend the knees. Go up a little higher, a little lower. Enjoy that flow of movement through your shoulders and spine. All right, let's level it back out. Now we're going to start working long and tall. Remember, all of these movements can be tweaked to your ability. So if your body doesn't want to lengthen all the way up, that's okay. Just kind of go where you can. That tension will melt with time. Throughout your Tai Chi journey, there will be tight days and soft days. We just learn to adapt. All right, let it go. So that is called swimming dragon. Shake it off for a minute. Grab some water. That was a big movement. You did so good. The last move to loosen our spine is called travel 10,000 miles to hold up the sky. It's a long name for a little bit of a complex move. I'm going to grab a little water and we'll jump right into it. All right, you guys ready? Again, anytime I'm showing a wide horse stance, you can do it in a normal, regular, everyday stance. That's up to you. All right, here we go. Fingertips together. Breathe into the heart. Kind of draw the belly button in. And breathe out, folding from your hips, the bottom of your spine. All right. Keep your lungs empty. You exhale, keep it exhaled. Just kind of rest there. Then finally we inhale, let it come on up. And just a quick release, sigh through the mouth. Good, that's all it is. Begin again, breathing in, breathing out. Hold for about the count of 6. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Good job, you guys. Get a good flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on up. So because my stance is wide, I'm able to rest my hands on the floor. If your stance isn't quite so wide or your spine's not really feeling the floor tonight, no big deal. Just hang out right wherever you're at. You can rest your hands on your legs wherever you are. Good. And inhale, come up. Back to the heart. And exhale, let it go. Breathe in. And out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale up. And breathe out. In. Out. Good, if you're right here, that's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale up. And out. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, we'll call this our last one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Harmonize. All right. Those were our 3 spine moves. We did extra swaying tree, shifting our weight back, shifting our weight forward, if you remember, with the feet. We also did swimming dragon. And we did travel 10,000 miles to hold up the sky. So those were our 3 spine moves. We're going to do 4 moves to work on our root. So we're going to start with opening gate. Grab a little more water if you need. I'm going to start with a long bow stance. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's just a basic lunge. My hip bones are both forward, kind of like 2 headlights, really even, both facing straight ahead. Front knee is bent, back leg is pretty straight, relatively. And I'm trying to not keep my feet on a tightrope. If they're in the same line, my balance is going to be challenging. If it's a little wider, that lets my hips square up, lets me feel nice and secure. So this is our lunge position. Just holding this is going to help strengthen you and give you more balance. But because it's Tai Chi, we're going to flow, we're going to move with that, and we're going to get even more balanced. So if you need to make this closer, that is fine. That's an adaptation that works for you, and that's where you're going to get the benefits, is meeting yourself where you're at. All right, so here we go. Breathing in, your weight pours forward to your front foot. Breathe out like sand in an hourglass. It slowly pours to the back. Breathe in, slowly pour forward. Breathe out, slowly pour back. Good, slow and with control. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Inhales open, exhale close. That's all it is. Inhale open, exhale close. Good. Throughout your Tai Chi journey, your stance is going to get more powerful. It will become longer and stronger every time you train. You're doing so good. If you're sticking with me this far, I am really impressed. All right, last one on this leg. All your weight pours back. In fact, so much back that you should be able to pick this front foot up a little bit. Good. Nice and strong. It's okay if the toe's still touching. You'll get there. Deep breaths still. Good. All right, let's go ahead and shake that off. That is opening gate on one side. This is called Craig Skips water. It's just a dispersal to relieve tension from that move. also pretty good for balance, shifting right to left, side to side. Good. Slow it down. Settle in. Find your center. All right. Now, if you remember, whatever side you had in back before is now your front. Square up those hips, lengthen your stance, stretch it out for just a beat. Get your breath working. And here we go. Breathing in and out. Just like that. Pour in your weight slowly and with control. Balance is really about staying in control of your breath, which helps you stay in control of your own body, even when you can't control anything else around you. That's how you stay balanced. So let all of those other distractions go. Be right here, right now. And remember, this is the most beautiful season of your life. Just like that quote. A few more. All your weight comes back. In fact, so far back, you can lift the front foot. It's okay if you can't lift it very high. No big deal. It's okay if the toe's still touching. Just a little tiny lift is going to do extra engaging for your hips, core, and all those stabilizing muscles in your legs. And shake it off. Crane skims water. So that is opening gate. All right, now we're going to do a little rooting side to side. So we worked our front to back. Now we're going to work side to side. Horse stance if you're feeling it. But remember, it's okay if it just looks a little bit wide. What you're going to do, I'll show it kind of just slightly wide first. Exhale and sink to one knee. Stay kind of low, skim over. Now inhale, rise up. And exhale, sink to the other knee. Slide. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back to your first knee. Slide. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, give it a beat. And exhale. I'm going to get a little wider now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. I kind of catch the ball at the top. It's a good Tai Chi pose. Good. Balance is all about yin and yang, hard and soft. Right now, we actually have a lot of hard and soft going on. Our muscles are getting stronger. They're doing something very hard, and they're getting harder. But we have to keep them flexible. We have to keep them soft. We're really moving through a big range of motion here when we get long like this. So we have the flexibility and the strength, both yin and yang there. And that's how we become balanced people. Good. I'm just imagining that I can see you practicing along with me. And I'm sure you're looking great. All right, last one on this side. Last one over here. Nicely done. That's just some rooting side to side. All right, it wouldn't be a balance class if we didn't try to do some one-legged stuff. We are going to do dragon coils around the pillar. And if your foot comes all the way off the ground, A+. If it doesn't, hey, A+ for effort. Good job. Don't worry, Tai Chi is a journey. It's playful. So don't take yourself too seriously, especially with these balance ones. They can be hard. All right, here we go. So one side is a pillar. The other side is coiling, flexible, like a Chinese dragon. That knee's gonna lift. The hand can lift too. And it kind of opens. Exhale, and gently close it. Inhale, lift, open. Exhale, down, and close. Good. That hand can circle as high up as you want, and it can reach as far back as you want. Good. If you want to keep the circle small, that's okay too. If you want to keep the knee just barely up and the toes skimming the ground, that's fine too. Connect it all with your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. As big or as small as you want. In and out. In fact, it's okay to do it touching something. Just one little finger can sometimes give you the support you need to to really go for it and do more than you thought you could. We all need a little bit of support sometimes. That's okay. Good. Your pillar leg will start to feel a little tired. You're working these muscles a lot. All right, shake that off. A little grain skims water. And we always have to do both sides, of course. Gotta stay balanced. Other leg. Remember, make it your own. This is your journey. Can't really see you anyway. But I'm sure you're doing great. Follow your breath. Your breath is your teacher. We have 2 more movements left after this. 1 more for our root, and then our closing movement that I always end my classes with. You've almost made it to the end. Last one. Way to go. Shake that off however you want. Let me check my notes one more time for let's gather and disperse. All right, so this one can be complicated when you're starting out. This is a horse stance. We're going to shift into bow, shift into horse. There's a lot going on with the feet here. Basically, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe. So don't overthink it. It will become very natural very soon. All right, one arm is going to sweep across the body, and then it's going to exhale and go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Switch hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Fifth, inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. A little slower, a little more flow. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. I hope you can kind of see this movement really starts in the feet. Then it's kind of steered by the turn of our waist. And then it manifests out into this beautiful, graceful wave of our hands. Good. Really make it work for you. It doesn't have to be really long or low, but if you're feeling it, go for it. I'll show it at a few different heights. This is about my lowest. I'm going to bring it up a little to my middle. This is just a really natural one for me. And then I got almost just a regular stand shifting. See, front knee's still pretty bent, but I'm just up a lot higher. My feet are a lot closer. Not working nearly as hard anymore. Good. Which is a great place to close this move out. A nice, easy shift side to side. All right. Good job. We're almost at an hour. Good work. Our final movement is Scholar Warrior Pays Respect. This is just my way to honor you and hopefully your way to pay honor to yourself and the journey that you are on toward balance and toward wellness and happiness. Scholar Warrior pays respect. So scholar, we developed our mind. Warrior, we developed our body. And this is our way to honor that growth that we made today. Breathing in, roll the shoulders, exhale, push out. Breathe in, back of the hands come together. Breathe out, big circle at our center. Breathe in, fingertips, draw the energy into your heart. And then breathe out, slowly open your heart to the world all around you. Breathe in, hold it strong. Breathe out, let it melt. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In and out. In and out. Breathe in, roll, breathe out. Out. Breathe in and out. Sorry, my camera is doing a mirror thing, so it's really hard for me to see what I'm doing correctly. But let's just bring our focus to how it feels. Breathe in and out. Out. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Last one. Harmonize. Gently shake it off. All right, beautiful job today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me and for including me in your Tai Chi journey. Best wishes and so much love and good energy to you as you work on your own balance. We'll see you next time. Bye.